Are we doing something different? Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is September 16th, 2022. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, friends? We're over on YouTube today. I'm normally over on Twitch, and our friends on Twitch decided, you can try broadcasting to other platforms if you'd like, and hang out and see what it looks like. That's fine. So we're gonna give that a try. We'll hang out over here today. Maybe if this works out, I know if this works out, maybe we'll make this a regular Friday morning thing. I know there's a lot of folks out there that in the corporate world, right? You work at the office, and Twitch is blocked at the firewall, which makes my type of content and the type of audience that I want to reach a little bit harder to get to. So I know a number of folks mentioned on Twitter, on Twitch, that, hey, I really like watching and listening in and learning and talking together, but can't see it because firewall blocks it. Excuse me. So we're over here today. Let me say hello to the chat room. I think I got the chat working. I think I brought the chat over. They're right over there. It's really small. Hey, Stream Elements, that is really small. Can we bump up that font size? Holy crow, what are you doing to me? Where is it? Font size. Yes. We want bigger font. Bigger font. More bigger. I still need... I guess that's okay. Sure. Let's go with that. And of course, it just refreshes and blows the whole thing away. Fine. I see how this goes, Stream Elements. We'll get that reloaded. Let me say hello to some folks. .NET Kyle is here. Hello, and there. .NET Kyle says firewall blocks it on at their place of work. Billy Cool, yeah. YouTube's UI is very much an afterthought here for live streaming. Philippe, yep, we're trying something new. Zach Sanford, good morning to you. Raphael, good morning as well. You have a feeling that Avengers is about to start? No, not quite. Hey, Fierce Kittens, good to see you. Nice hat. You like the hat? Very nice. Stop and smile for the... something like that. So I expect we'll take a little bit of time here for folks to wander in and find us over here as the stream starts and things get rolling over here. And that's fine. There's just only a few people here, and it'll ramp up over time. But I have a feeling we're going to get into some topics here folks might be interested in. Got some Starbucks this morning. I feel like Friday mornings are a no meeting zone for us at work. We've purposely scheduled it so we can focus on and get stuff done. So I took some extra time this morning. I went and got myself a little bit of Starbucks, a little cinnamon dolce latte to get things started. How you doing there, Andreas? Good to see you. I'm going to get some music playing in the background here. Of course, I use Stream Beats, and let's go with the Synthwave playlist today. All kinds of groovy instrumental music that I use here, so that it's just hanging out there in the background, chill, relaxing, and it kind of fits in with the mood of writing code and building tech here live on stream. Stream Beats, of course, all kinds of genres available, and DMCA free, royalty free. Listen to it wherever you want. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, doesn't matter. Playlists are available for Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify, like I'm listening to here. You can also download the songs and listen to them right there on your device. Check it out at streambeats.com. Thank you so much to Harris Heller and his creators for helping us out today. Philippe says, why not stream to both at the same time? I'm not allowed to. That is something contractually I cannot do as a Twitch partner. The Visual Studio channel can. This channel cannot. So I am contractually not allowed to stream to both while I am a Twitch partner. I could do the ninja thing and just drop all my partnerships across the board and broadcast to everything all at once. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. broadcasting to 7 different locations is really hard to manage. Broadcasting to 2 is tricky. We used to do that, broadcast to both Twitch and Mixer. I did that for a good 2-3 months. Folks on the Xbox team asked me to do that. And it stunk. It was terrible. Mixer had its own challenges. Mixer had made its own mistakes. Their own problems. I'm not going to get into them publicly. But in my collaboration with the folks from the Mixer team, I understand why they failed. So, I'll leave it at that. I think trying out and seeing where the audience is for the type of content that I like to create, I think is quite fair. It's quite interesting and something that we want to explore and see what we can do to raise the level of conversation, take content where folks can find it, listen to it, and enjoy it. So, we're over here on YouTube today, giving this a spin, gonna see how it works. Oh no. And she did take a screenshot. Thank you, Fierce Kittens. Really wish they would change their UI for live streams to be more like other live streaming platforms. What am I doing reading this here? Bring it over there. Do the thing. Hang on. Hang on. There it is. Right over there. Why isn't Twitter... Doesn't Twitter have a dark mode? I thought I had dark mode turned on for this. Anyways. Wish YouTube would change the UI for live streams to be more like other live streaming platforms. It feels cramped. It is cramped. Absolutely. We've got all that left space there. That... Come on. Like, let me collapse that up and take up more of the screen. Yeah. Yes. Ad revenue on YouTube is for streamers is significantly higher than it is on Twitch. Significantly higher. It's not even close. Quite frankly, the ad revenue that's offered to me from Twitch is $15 a month, $10 a month. Like, really? Really? Don't think so. So, it's the only reason you haven't come over for the sewing streams. Yeah, the user interface is terrible on YouTube, to be sure. Moderation, management of the chat room, and the amount of trolling that happens on YouTube is crazy significant. Quite frankly, YouTube isn't friendly to creators, both the platform and the viewers. Just not friendly to creators. Oh, I'm sorry, you're spending too much time creating content. Like, what? This is a half an hour. I would have preferred to watch it in only 2 minutes. We also don't have cool emotes over on YouTube. That's right. So, we'll see how it goes. Got to try something new every now and again. Got to experiment and tinker around and see what's going on. So, we're going to be over here and tinker for a bit, seeing what we can do with a little bit of YouTube streaming. So, thanks so much, Fierce Kittens. Appreciate you tweeting and sharing that. I want to take our project that we've been working on over on the Twitch channel and start exploring upgrading to .NET 7. Let's talk about that for a second. .NET 7 hit release candidate 1 yesterday. It's at this point that I start looking at migrating my projects on stream, bringing them into, particularly this application, because it is in production. It is live. It's something that I don't want to risk breaking, hitting an experimental feature and just not working. So at this point, the ClipTalk application that we've been building, it's a Blazor WebAssembly application that shows clips from Twitch, makes them more searchable, more discoverable, all kinds of cool stuff that you can do, playlists you can create, and ability to share, comment, search on these things that you just can't do over on Twitch. So it's also a nice application to demo what you can do with WebAssembly. So lots happening on this website that you can get into and explore. Last night I was tinkering with the trending feature that we've been building. And now I have the ability for ClipTalk to generate word clouds for the currently live streams. Can I start that up real quick? Can I do that thing? Yeah, I guess I can, right? I mean, why not? So let me go into my client. Let's do .NET Watch. Let's start that up. And I've got Visual Studio here. I've installed, this is Visual Studio 17.4 Preview 2. I feel like we're hitting version creep here, where the version number things are just creeping in and taking over how we refer to these things. What can you expect from RC to GA in .NET 7? Hardening and fixing of any remaining bugs, raising the quality bar. Oh no. Really? I thought we got out of that font yesterday. You're not even going to let me search for the fonts. So, the next version of Visual Studio is scheduled to be coming out very soon. I mean, we're at a preview 2, right? We're getting closer. I normally use Cascadia Mono here. Turn off the bulb. That's what I was trying to show those folks yesterday, that changing fonts doesn't work in Visual Studio. It says Cascadia Mono. It's clearly not. There, that time it worked. Like, it's one of these difficult to reproduce issues, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, while we're in the release candidate process for .NET, for Visual Studio, as these things happen, and Visual Studio doesn't really have a release candidate. It's either a preview or it's released. But for release candidate versions of .NET, you won't see new versions, new features introduced. If they are, they're marked as experimental, and you need to turn on a feature flag to actually use them. But things that are going to be delivered and active and production supported, they're being hardened right now. They're going through additional testing, stress testing to make sure that they perform, and you're going to see those features become even better, maybe a little bit faster, between now and the release in November. November, of course, November 8, 9, and 10 is .NET Conf. You'll be able to check that out here on YouTube, youtube.com/.net. You'll be able to find that. And also on the .NET Conf website, .NET conf.com. But we're going to take this application that's written, built with Blazor and .NET 6. There's a bunch of Azure Function things in here that I'm not sure the Azure Function stuff is ready for .NET 7. We'll take a look at that, see if we can upgrade some of that to .NET 7. But the Blazor stuff, I absolutely want to upgrade because there's some performance fixes, some other things. Performance fixes is the wrong word. Performance updates and enhancements in there. But I wanted to show you, I put in this word cloud for ClipTalk last night. Hey there, Liquid Code. Good morning. So let me grab my APIs, kick that off to the side, and let's go and show you what I started adding in this trending feature last night. And I feel good about this being an interesting feature. There it is already, right there, showing you the words that are trending across all of the channels on Twitch that this website monitors. Now, that's not all the channels on Twitch. In fact, it's not even 1% of the channels on Twitch. There's 10 million channels, active channels on Twitch, and we monitor about 1,300 at this point. But that's a list of a little word cloud of those words that are being used typically across the various channels that you see here, and categories that are seeing traffic right now. So if I click into Valorant, it'll actually show you here's all the channels and here's the names of the channels. And now my word cloud reformats, and you see right now, ranked is easily the top word that folks are using in the titles of their streams. Okay. More to come with that, because I want to start providing a live feed down here of the clips that are created and what's being said in those and what's being said in the chat in those, and start doing analysis on that so that we can see what's happening. This is going to be particularly useful for folks in marketing departments that want to monitor across a bunch of different channels. Hey, when are folks talking about my products? More on that coming soon. So, big game, Loud and Optic on Valorant. Well, that explains. I clicked into Valorant. I don't see their names here. I don't see Loud and Optic in the list of words that they've identified, common words. And I've got a exclusion list here that includes a lot of the short words. And I also know that this, it's going to start in 40 minutes. Okay. I also know that this is right now a very English focused feature, the word cloud. I get it. We can figure out and do more with that in the future. But I also set up so that when you click on this, I know what word you clicked on in the cloud. So there's an idea there that says, okay, we'll jump from that word into some other view of, well, these channels are talking about that right now, and do something with that. We'll explore that more as we continue iterating on this website over on the Twitch channel. So, are there new Blazor WebAssembly features? Asks .NET Kyle. Let me exit this page. And if we take a look at ASP.NET Core, there's WebAssembly debugging improvements, support for just my code setting to show or hide type members not from user code, inspecting multi-dimensional arrays. Call stack now shows the correct name for async methods. I'm looking forward to that. Improved expression evaluation, correct handling of the new keyword on derived members, support for debugger-related attributes in system diagnostics. WebAssembly build tools, so this is if you're doing the ahead-of-time compiling. If you want to compile and deliver an application that's completely pre-built to increase your load to improve your startup time. But see, you're going to trade off startup time for load time because it creates a larger download. Right now, the download for a default Blazor template is about 1.4, 1.5 meg. When you start doing the pre-compile here, it's going to get even bigger. This is a place that, particularly that word cloud, JavaScript interop on WebAssembly, improving that. That's something that I want to be able to take a look at and interact with and improve. And this is an experimental thing where being able to reach into .NET classes, not necessarily Blazor applications, but .NET classes that have been exported and made available, and load up and interact with them directly from JavaScript. This is going to make executing and running .NET code from an Angular, Vue, or React app a heck of a lot easier, because you're going to be able to pass through, here's my .NET stuff, right? Get these assembly exports, have them loaded up, and be able to interact with it. So, that's kind of cool to see. Kestrel, HTTP 2. If we go back, I believe, doesn't he have links back to the previous? He did not put links into the previous posts. New Blazor updates, yes. ASP.NET Core updates in .NET 7 preview 6. That was July. Did we get into a preview 8? Was preview 8 the last one? 7 was the last one. New Blazor WebAssembly loading page. That I'm not too keen on a new page because that's the default page. I've already got that replaced, so I'm okay on that. Data binding, get set after modifiers. Bind after something's bound, do something. Not something that I'm going to run into in the app. I've already handled that very well. This is one that I was looking for. Virtualization improvements. The virtualization component that we use inside of ClipTalk to handle and do the scrolling is clumsy. Not going to lie. It's clumsy. By default, it uses a div. However, in some cases, the parent element may not allow child div elements. Parent element might be a T-body, which needs TR. You can use the spacer element to configure the parameter. No, there were other things I thought we had in this. Pass state using navigation manager. I already use a state object to manage that. Updated React and Angular templates. Authentication. I don't use the authentication module. Problem detail service. This could be interesting to integrate with Datadog and pass error information all the way through to our logs that are captured and sent to Datadog. Diagnostics middleware, HTTP results. This is more of an ASP.NET thing at this point. So, walking back now, preview 6. Request decompression, output caching, updates to rate limiting. So I'm not doing rate limiting here. Empty Blazor, not concerned about project template. I don't care about the cryptography support. Custom elements available. Quick grid is now available on Blazor. I already used the Telerik components. So I'm okay on those features. And I'm scanning through at this point, looking for a feature or two that I want to go through and make sure I land, besides just performance improvements. JOT authentication, minimal APIs, parameter binding support. I don't think I need to do anything on this one. Yeah, we're good there. Back to preview 4. OpenAI API improvements, multiple result types. I am going to start using SignalR in ClipTalk, so this could be important. Let's take a look at client results. Yes, show me. SignalR. So SignalR, in case you aren't familiar, is our live connection, two-way connection to the server protocol. Think of this as WebSocket on steroids. Server can push data into the browser, not just browser requests data from the server, but the server, when something happens, can, whenever it feels like, push data down into the browser or the client. Those of you that are watching right now on YouTube and you're typing into chat and other people's chat messages appear, that's the browser pushing data in. I'm sorry, that's the server pushing data into your browser. Okay. SignalR does that for us in .NET, provides a nice unified interface so that we can grow and enhance and interact as protocols change in the future. We have this abstracted interface that will handle WebSockets and other technologies depending on what's available in our client. It didn't have the ability to wait for a response. So we can wait for a response now. So clients invoke async, and we can await a response now from the client. So we can call a method down there and expect something to come back. Interesting. Doesn't that need Blazor server? No, that needs ASP.NET Core on the server, not Blazor server. Blazor server uses the same technology, uses the same SignalR technology, but ASP.NET Core on the server does this. In ClipTalk, we're going to stand up an Azure function that has a SignalR binding to the Azure SignalR service, and we will bounce through there to send messages to all of our attached clients that are listening for various things to happen on the server. So if I was doing this on ASP.NET Core, that'd be really great. Doing this on Azure Functions, I can definitely see doing some sort of a ping and check to see if things are connected. But even then, SignalR has a connected, disconnected state capability. So I'm not sure I need this for ClipTalk just yet. Don't need it just yet. All right, let's walk back another. So far, I'm not seeing new features that I need to get. I'm excited to see updates to the virtualize component. I think that's something that's going to be interesting. Support for route handler filters and minimal APIs, unit testability for minimal route handlers, try-parse in MVC, result stream overloads, HTTP 2 performance. I'm not using that because I'm on a static website for ClipTalk. Server-ready event for measuring startup time. Developer exception page dark mode. Nice. Not needed. Hey, Svava. Good to see. That's Svava. You know Svava. She's right there. There's Svava. See? She's good. Greetings. Good to see you. We're on the YouTube today, trying something different. Infer API controller action parameters. Dependency injection for SignalR hub methods. Not going to be using that as part of this project. Other projects, maybe. I have to update my my chatbot if I'm going to have it work with YouTube, and that chatbot uses a lot of SignalR. So these things would be very important for me to do over there. I should update the chatbot to .NET 7. Not going to lie. Probably should. Hey, life-size teddy bear, good morning to you. Provide endpoint descriptions and summaries. Meh. Binding arrays and string values. I'm looking for Blazor features here to particularly target, and I'm not seeing it. And yeah, nothing on the blog post for there. So yeah, let's the performance improvements are really good. The regular expression improvements, I do use a bit of regular expressions throughout the application. So there is, it does source generation now behind the scenes to make it run faster. That's pretty cool. So think about this for a second. When you compile your application, it's going to generate a whole bunch of source that makes your application run faster. We already think of when we build an application, it takes our human readable source code, whether it's C#, F#, Visual Basic, or other languages. Gosh, when you compile Java, Python, you don't really compile, it's interpretive, but you get my point. When we compile, it takes that human readable language and turns it into machine readable language, right? Binary code. What this is doing is it's going to take your human readable code, expand that out into optimized C# code that then gets further compiled. That's pretty cool. All right, I can appreciate and trust the brilliant folks who work on the C# compiler and the .NET runtime to make my code faster. Sure, I already trust you to build my application, so why not, right? All right, let's do this then. Let's just dive in and throw this at the wall and see what happens when we start trying to upgrade. So I'm going to cancel the application here. Let's start writing some code. Let's start throwing some code at this. I'm going to go to the full screen code. Let's do this. I'm going to go back over to my main branch, and I'm going to create a spike branch. And I'm going to call this Net 7 update. Spike branch is someplace where we're experimenting. We're trying something out. Something that we can throw away and nothing's lost. Nothing's gained, nothing's lost if it fails. But if it does work, we can consider merging it into the rest of the application and use that content, right? So create a branch here for us to work in. And if I go back over to here, installers and binaries, blah, blah, blah. I believe the biggest problem that we need to go through here is, where does that go? Installers and binaries. That goes to the download page. Container images, Linux packages, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You're not going to tell me... You're not going to tell me what to rename things to. This is going to be a big one for us. Link improving? Yeah. You're not giving me the package name that I need to upgrade everything to. What's the package name? What's the package version? You're still not going to show me. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. So I'm just going to start with my client application, which is built with Blazor. Yeah, collapse all the things. So that project is right here. It's called cliptalk.client. And, oh, I want to make sure that you see also. I did download and install the new... Why is that cut off on the side? Why is that cut off? That shouldn't be cut off over there. What'd you do? Stand by 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, it's like... That's where it should be. Alright. There we go. I believe I have a global JSON in here. Yeah. So let's go up one, and if I do .NET version here, you'll see it's 70100. Alright. So let's go back into the project. Yeah, I'm going to notepad that. Because I can. And I'm going to take that to 7.0... What was the version number? I cleared. Fine. Be that way. I should have done it down here. 70100 RC. So let's do RC.1, not rec. So now if I do .NET version in the ClipTalk folder, I get the 70100. So I've effectively moved things forward and said use the 70100 version of the tools to build with. Next step. I can close you. Back over here, I'm going to change this. Can I change that to... It's not in the box. It's not in the box. That's going to be my first problem. Can I... Visual Studio SDK. I already put down... Fine. I thought I put that down. Yeah, .NET SDK. It's the same thing. What? I don't get it. Close that. Go ahead, stop debugging. Perhaps reload the properties page? Sure, let's take a look-see. Maybe because I had the global JSON in there, it limited things. How you doing there, Badger? Wait for it to load. Okay. I don't... No, I can't work while you have a big thing blocking the entire screen. There it is. Yep, it had to be because I had that global JSON forcing the version number of things. So I'm just going to try and change it. Just change it right over to .NET 7. Like, let's start with that, right? What's the worst that can happen? Well, there we go. It already said failed to restore. Right, I've got a build indicator on the bottom. Build succeeded. I haven't updated any of the package versions yet. So it's .NET 7, but it's still using all the other package versions. So let's do manage packages. See if we can get these updated. It is oddly satisfying. And I need to go to all. So I do need to include the pre-release so I can see the 7.0 versions of things. That's a minimal update. That's fine. Chris with an update. Sure, we'll try that. That's a patch version. Humanizer with a minor version. That's fine. There we go. WebAssembly, WebAssembly, WebAssembly. TypeScript build? I'm not sure. Why not? Poly with a patch version. SystemNet HTTP it's faster. And my internationalization component. Sure. Go ahead and install all those things. Update them all. Do it. Do it now. Yes, I accept.
You keep using the word.
I do.
I do not think it means what you think it means.
No, it does. Update now. Okay. No. Okay, good. Okay, sure. So that's all updated. Let's give it a shot now. Rebuild the client, the Blazor application. Let's see how it works. I am on YouTube. How you doing there, Jason? Good to see you. Hello, hello. Rebuild succeeded. Let me start the API. We'll give this a shot. The next test is going to be, do the GitHub Actions build properly? So let's go into my client project. I was told .NET Watch is also significantly improved over here. Let's see how that improves. So there it is running, and jump back over to here. Thanks so much. Localhost 5000. Is it faster? I don't know. Is it better? I don't know. I mean, there's still a little bit of time in loading data, but are we getting more coming back faster? Maybe. It's definitely not broken, to be sure, right? The big thing that I should address and I should go through and work on is getting my Azure functions over to .NET 7. Because when the Azure functions are on .NET 7, I can do things like do the code generation for the serialization and delivery of all the content that I send to the Blazor app. Let's talk about that. With .NET, when it deserializes code that's been sent to you in JSON format, and it deserializes it, turns it back into those strongly typed objects, it uses a bit of reflection to inspect and copy things out. When you do the new code generation feature that's built into .NET 6, there's like a 75% performance improvement on those interactions. In order for me to get that to run, I need to upgrade my Azure functions to .NET 6. You haven't installed any .NET 7 previews yet. Curious if the RC is fine. It looks like it. So I've updated the Blazor application to .NET 7, and it looks fine. It's not broken. I'm navigating around here and things are working just fine, interacting with the application. I really need to fix that wrapping, but that only appears for me because I have the little update button up there. Like, that's working. Did that virtualize actually get any help here? I mean, that looks... No! Did you see it? It jumped all the way back up here and reset the size. All right, jump down a bunch and... It's not making requests back to the server. I'll say that much. Go back over to my page. Auto parts? Whatever. Yeah, it still doesn't know how to cancel those. And we're kind of sitting, waiting for them to execute because it doesn't know how to cancel. And that's something that the functions don't know how to stop. So we're hanging, waiting for them to respond. You would assume the GH action just needs to point to the RC. If I take a look over here at my code, workflows, I actually don't think it doesn't take in the version number. So I'm dependent on the, so it does the checkout, the build, deploy for static web apps. I'm dependent on that being updated to support .NET 7. Right, if I look for that... Oh, shoot. I can't look at more than this because it's a Microsoft repository. So I need to be logged in with my corporate account and need to be on a verified machine, and they won't let me look at it. And I'm not on one of those machines right now. So, all right. Hey, good morning, Elizabeth. Good to see you. So, I mean, can we look at... Nope, can't look at that. Releases, and that's the last one from 2021. So they must be doing something, right? So that it updates and tracks with that. Let's, you know what? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We updated, the internationalization code changed. I'm guessing it's still working. Right, just flipped over to German. That sure looks good. Back to English. Yeah. So what changed in my internationalization code? Oh, deleted that. Ooh, okay. I can't push that just yet. I can't push that just yet. Because that'll break my other... I need to roll that back. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to do that. No. No. Ooh, that was nearly a problem. Go back to the installed, where is it? Toolbelt Blazor. Let's take that back to the previous version. Come on. It still deleted that file. I think I was on 11.0. Do that again. Right, hit the undo button. Yeah, kind of. Odseal Earl Cole, how you doing there in South Africa? Good. Right, it's going to be late afternoon for you. Let's take a look-see. Wrong button. So if I .NET watch here now, just to make sure it's still working right. Yeah, it removed that file. So what's it doing instead? Stand by. I don't know what it's doing. What was the version number on that? Yep, I started removing some of those extra packages we don't need. Tool belt. Yeah, it was 11.0. Yeah. I don't want to commit that change. Hey, Fanny Reinders, hello. I don't want to commit that change. But the other two, let's give it a shot. Let's see if it builds properly. Migrated client to .NET 7. That's off the bottom of the screen. Git push. There we go. And it's going to offer me a pull request. Yes, please. I'm going to create that so that the action picks up and starts looking at it. We can take a look at this. Find out real quick if this thing passes. If the Blazor stuff upgrades and works, fantastic. Let's do it. We'll also have a test website that we can navigate to and we can inspect and check out exactly how much space that Blazor content takes up. The size reduction on the Blazor code is something that's very important to me for Clip Talk. I know it's a couple meg to download and install, but once it's installed in your browser, it runs, it works. We need to get this in that mode also. So, I'm going to throw another tweet out there while we're waiting for this. We're looking at upgrading a Blazor application to .NET 7. C# Fritz. There we go. How's it doing there? All right, yeah, doing the thing. Downloading and extracting .NET version 7. Okay. Okay. Little NPM warning, yeah. Sorry. What do we got? .NET publish release. The application publish does not exist. Okay. First off, wrong SDK. It's trying to install Preview 7 instead of the release candidate. Okay. And it's telling me that .NET Publish doesn't exist. Really? Sure. That's a thing. So .NET Publish -C -O. That should totally work. Right? I mean, I've got the same SDK here. And let's try and put it in dist. Badger asks, is the size reduction by default, or do you need to do AOT or something? By default, it does it. AOT will do extra compression. I'm sorry, extra compilation so that it doesn't have to do linking at runtime. However, not linking, but the just-in-time interpretation. However, it creates much larger installs. So clearly it exists. It doesn't know what version to install yet. But this right here, optimizing assemblies, right? When you publish, it does this linking. And now it's in the dist folder. So if I go into, right, clearly it works. Right? And if I go into root, there's my application. And if I .NET serve from here, there's the app. It's not going to the right address to go get stuff. Yes, I know you can't find that thing. So, yeah, it's clearly working. Default Ocean Blue CSS. Why is that being included? Whole bunch of JavaScript coming down that I'm not thrilled with. This is coming out of the Blazor size, which the Telerik components now include a similar component. I can probably work and remove this. But I should see the downloads of... I mean, look at all the icons it's downloading. Yeah. There's the DLLs. All right. Clearly it exists. Clearly the command works. What happens if I put the global... Is it because I have a global JSON that points to a version? Like, what happens if I just change it to... Let's think about that. Remove item dist. Goodbye. Go back into global JSON. Right? What happens if I just say 70100? Doesn't like it. Yeah, that picked it up. That picked it up. But it's also going to break when I want to go to the RTM version. Let's see what happens. Removed explicit RC reference. Head back over to the hub of all things Git. And let's wait and see this pop up here and start cooking. There it goes again. What do we got? Let's see what happens. Do that build. Take a peek. Come on now. It shouldn't take this long. Like, it always kind of blows my mind that it downloads the SDK every time and installs the NPM. Like, can't we cache that? Like, that's something I want cached. And I want to make sure it doesn't do that each time. Right? Running the pull request to get my data out of GitHub, that's fine. Sure. Right? Why no recurse submodules? I need my submodules. All right, here it goes. 7.0 preview 7. All right, fine. Downloading and extracting. That's fine. And npm run build, run .NET publish, and this time it works. We hit an error. What do we got this time? Building. Error, look at these. Already contains a definition. Already contains a definition. Definition. Yeah. This is my internationalization breaking. Okay. I don't know if it's It's not clear to me why it's not picking up and running one, rebuilding that. Let's do this. Let's go back over here. This is why we have a spike branch, right? I'm going to check out my main branch. Yes, restart the app. Yes, I know. So now everything's .NET 6 again. Look at that. .NET clean. Rerun, rebuild that thing. No. All right. Force the build. Hey, Eagle. Nah, ditching and trying something different. Just seeing what happens over here. And quite frankly, not the experience that I'm looking for. But so why isn't it building? Why isn't it finding it? Right? Clean the whole shebang. Back into the client app. Build just that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's close that. No. Close the solution and reopen it. Something weird there. Let's try doing this upgrade. Okay. What do we get? Hey, Chris. Looks like my internationalizer, my isn't working. Was there a big change that happened in the namespace or something here that I'm missing? So the C# file is not here. So I totally get it. Get the error message because those files aren't there. So he recommends that we go to V12. Add toolbelt Blazor i18n text. I've already got that. Clearly, because it's in there. Localized, yep. What are we missing here? So he's saying there's a source generator in here that should have generated and added this. Is there a change log? No. Well, maybe. No. No. Okay. The source generator will work automatically in the background process. You do not need to build the project explicitly. For .NET CLI users, use the .NET Watch. Yeah. The source generator is enabled on .NET 6 or later for version 12 and later only. Inject that into the component. And my error is coming in on, let's just check main layout. That sure looks like it's working. Build failed. So there it wrote the CS file. Right? Check out that error list. ClipTalk client text, cliptalk.cs. And there's also a GCS here. Interestingly, it won't let me click into these. Oh, that one did. Okay. Yeah, where's the other definition? There it is. But it's also telling me that there's another one floating around. So, clean the solution. Try that again. That succeeded. Yeah, that's... Now I'll commit and push this out so that it's using... Well, let's make sure it's working the whole way through here. Quick run a .NET Watch. Just make sure that I can get in and run the application before I try and push this out. And update my main site. So there's my APIs running. That's running. Cool. It's loaded. Do a Control F5, make sure I'm getting... Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm game to push that. And then I can go back and look at the .NET 7, which I suspect is very similar here. Cool. you shouldn't see an impact of that on the production side. But now we know, and we can update, and we can look at the .NET 7 version of this. What was it? What was the name of that branch? There it is. Right, okay. So now let's go back into the NuGet packages for close and restart it. Yes, stop debugging. And manage NuGet packages. That's on 12. I'll restart that. Yeah. No. No. This one. Refresh that. Got it. Sure looks like it's working okay. Cool. And there's Steven Spawn. Happy birthday to him with a big birthday yesterday. And the Able Gamers folks, all the best of luck on their mission to make gaming more accessible for folks that might not be physically capable of using the same controllers and facilities that fully able-bodied folks can use to interact with games. Okay. So now let's push this update. Right? Which, yeah, is it right? Yeah. See if we can get that working. So let's take a look and make sure. So here's the update going out to production. So I have GitHub Actions that run out here that update and populate production whenever I push changes into my main branch. So that's about ready to go. I look at these restore times and I'm like, you're GitHub and it took you 3-4 seconds to restore packages for a project? There you go. Zipping the artifacts, that'll be live in production in about a minute after it deploys and resets the server. Cool. Next step. Let's see what we get over here. Where the heck?
Hold on to your butts.
Here we go. Building and deploying. Show me you're doing something here, GitHub. Come on. Come on! Come on!
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
It will.
Am I wrong?
No, we're not wrong. The action's just not up to date. Come on. Come on, GitHub. You can do this.
Finish him.
Baby. Please? I'd really like that. right. Let's move this over so it's optimizing assemblies for size. We didn't get here before. We didn't get to the optimization. It errored out because of... Look at that linker run. Look at that linker run. You make me sad. Oh, gee whiz. Stop the press. What the heck happened there? Yeah. Stack Overflow.
Take it one step at a time. Identify the problem. Fix it.
Well, that's not going to work. That's just not going to work. It worked locally. Exact same code. Not public. That's the method call that's built in there. That's exactly what it said before. The only difference is I'm not on Ubuntu like that runner is. Oh yeah, the action is on Preview 7. I'm on RC. And I can't upgrade the action to RC. So it's a different SDK version. But I thought that was going to be the easy one. So what can we do to fix that? What can we do to work around that, to try differently? Let me also check. Let's check the GitHub action itself. Why don't? Thank you. Yeah, it's on the latest Ubuntu. There's no way for me to test this locally and run that. Does the action not allow you to specify the SDK? It just relies on global JSON. Yeah. The Azure static website action that builds and deploys for Blazor, it's either going to give you the latest SDK or it's going to take the one out of global JSON that you've specified. I tried specifying all the way down to the RC, didn't take it. But shoot. It's okay. Static sites client input action. Great. Which is coming out of that. really hidden down here. No, can't test in WSL. It's not the action. The last commits on the action were months ago, if not years ago. They're updating the Docker component underneath of it, and it's updating and adding new features into it by doing that. This thing gets updated. Yeah. What happens if we go hub, docker, com? I don't like that. Yeah. Right, this is coming off of a Microsoft component registry. Static apps client. No. So I can't dig and find that and walk it back. +1,800 repositories. Wow. Yeah, please do. Eeny, meeny, miny. No? That's the CLI. That doesn't look like it gets turned into a Docker container. No. That's just the CLI. What's this? No. No. Still references static apps client. Yeah, it's there. It's on the MCR. They didn't put an entry on the Docker hub. Okay. We can't upgrade to .NET 7. Yeah. Oh, what did they change here? Hang on. They completely yanked that Docker file. And they changed it to go over there. And they yanked the entry point altogether. So it uses the entry point that's directly in Static Apps Client. Where is Static Apps Client? Is Azure updated for the RC? The way that Azure uses the .NET SDK, it's an indirect reference on Azure now. Particularly for Azure Functions, you can bring your own, and it'll run up there because you're bringing all the DLLs you need. For Blazor, nothing's being hosted on Azure. Nothing's running on Azure for the Blazor application. What's happening is, right, the action is failing. The action doesn't work. So, while I appreciate them trying to make things neat and tidy here, they've completely obfuscated any way for us regular folks the muggles of Azure development to come through and see, well, how do I fix this? How do I behave better inside of Azure? They've hidden all of that from us. So what do we do? Like, I'm running into the same problem. I can't upgrade to .NET 6 because in order for me to upgrade to .NET 6, I have to completely knock down and rebuild all of my resources for .NET 6. I've already got great instrumentation hooked up and references back and forth to things. I'm going to need to completely rebuild my client configuration and other things. I don't want to do that. Means I'm going to need to... I should move things then into configuration on Azure Key Vault and configure and authenticate all those services. Those are upgrades, patches, changes that take time that I don't want to do just to upgrade a version of a thing. Even after I do that, I still have to rehook up everything all the way down through to Datadog. I need to completely re-update and redeploy and rerun. Not a... Even if my configuration was centralized in Key Vault, doesn't matter. Need to completely rebuild and redeploy everything. That's not trivial. I have pushed the feedback to them, and the answer is this is the way it works. What thing is it I cannot update? Blazor client? Yes, Blazor client does not get updated by Azure. It does not get blocked by Azure. The compile through GitHub Actions through a Stack Overflow for .NET 7. Yeah. In fact, it's so bad, it's breaking the user interface in GitHub. Like, it won't load the message. Yeah. So, GitHub Actions will not build .NET 7 for me because they don't have the right SDK yet. So that's a thing. I can't upgrade. So the other side, yeah, Eagle, I can't update the back end without completely knocking down and rebuilding it, including the static website. So all of my functions and the static website, I need to, because you can't retarget. There is no retargeting capability on the Azure portal. The answer is rebuild it. I'm bringing my payload to run on your platform, and I'm telling you what version I have when I get there. Why aren't you just taking and making that available to me? Yeah, there's no version number here. So it's running in a container. So the way to update it is deploy a new container. But you deploy a new container every time I give you a new block of content. So why don't you just deploy a new version of the container that's updated for the version of the stuff that I give you because I told you, here's the version. No. You did what earlier today? Yeah, it's usually right in here for app service. Now, right. So the function app for the sync processes. Thanks. Pain in my neck. Right, so function runtime settings, that's it. I can't update it. The solution is throw this away, rebuild it. And with other services and things integrated and connected, it's not a process that I want to go through. But I'm being forced to do that before December. Like, you must update this. Like, I literally need to take downtime in order to do it. So, yeah, all of my infrastructure that's connected, because I have to knock down the infrastructure and rebuild. My code works just fine in the new version. There's features that they removed from the new version. Do static apps have deployment slots? Yes, but you can't change version numbers on the deployment slots. You're on the same version. Stuck. That's just the way it is. Good luck. Like, so I need to get to a place where I can better upgrade and deploy those. And right now my answer is, I don't need to do that. It works just fine. Use Bicep to set up an infrastructure code script. Why do I need that? I literally have I have two websites and a function app and a front door. And even and don't get me started about front door. Front door has no migration from the legacy version to the new version. And the new version is quite literally not set up for developers, lay people to be able to use. There's a significant oversight where we need to update and make that easier for folks who aren't completely entrenched in network technologies to learn and be able to deliver that. They did a great job with that with the previous version of Front Door. The new version, it's like it doesn't have expert mode turned on. It's like advanced mode is turned on by default, and there is no dialing that back to knuckle dragging developer, I just want to host a website, please version. So, and they've heard this feedback from me. It's not a priority. Bicep is overkill for this. And why do I have to learn yet another language? C#, building and deploying my stuff. YAML, so that I can configure the configuration to build and deploy my stuff. Bicep, so I can configure and deploy my stuff. Why did we invent something else? I don't get that. I don't understand that. Why? No, I don't want to go down into Bicep because there's a level of complication, and even then, when do I run the Bicep script? These things don't make sense to me. Like, I'm literally running 3 services. I shouldn't have to get that level of complication. If I was running multiple instances of servers and wanted to be able to roll out, deploy, and manage upgrades and deployments across those, totally on board with that. Makes perfect sense. I've got one server that runs a website. I've got a function app that updates and synchronizes stuff. And an app service that sits there and serves other content. Like, something else is going on. Have I tried using it? No, I don't want to use Azure CLI either. Why? I'm in the user interface. I'm literally looking at the feature that has all the same things. Like, if there's things that are in the CLI that are not in the UI, that's a bug. That's a bug. They should be equal. Yeah, that's Azure Functions Runtime, which I can clearly do right there. The problem is I can't change .NET versions without knocking it down and completely rebuilding. So yeah, it's not possible. Yeah, options that are in the CLI that are not in the portal, that's a bug. Why is it in one and not the other? Make it happen. So I can't upgrade to .NET 7. I can't upgrade to .NET 6 without knocking down and reinventing the way that this thing runs. There's another issue with .NET 6 on it. You thought it happens automatically for functions when the runtime is updated? No. Particularly on the static website. Static website does not do that at all. The static website, when you push out, it pushes back. Heck, I have it sitting here. So can't do .NET 7. Let's back up here. Right, we haven't touched this in, what is that, 5 months? So will not build and deploy. Oh, this is, yeah. Back to this, rerun it. Yeah, now I've got conflicts. This is, this is going to be a whole nother kettle of fish to fix. But there's errors in here because of the way that queues are available. Let me explain. Hey, Thin Doll, good to see you. You been thinking I've been on vacation or something all week? Nope. Nope. Giving it a try, seeing what's going on over here. Storage output binding. You have to return. You have to return. They changed this. So, inside my code, let me explain. See, this completely breaks the concept for how this works. Now, let's go to the privacy function. Heck. Sure, go ahead across the entire solution. There we go. So when I record that a clip is viewed, I have a couple queues that I reach into and I just drop messages. You can't do that anymore. You can't bind a parameter to the queue. That's gone. That's no longer available. Again, and they want you to change to connect to with an identity instead of a secret. These are all these things that I need to update. Worker version is different than function version. Yes. Are isolated mode available within static web apps? No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's either trigger or output binding, and I'm not output binding Right? Can I do that with an output parameter? No, I can't do it with an out parameter. It's an HTTP trigger, but I don't want to have the thing being returned. Right? I'm logging information. I'm returning input text, which puts it into the queue. But what does it send back to the HTTP request? I need to send back to them, okay, this thing is the result of that query. This breaks that really novel and awesome bit of functionality. You just can't do it anymore. Where I can reference inline and say, put this in this queue. So I need to... Is there a migration guide? No. No. So that change means I need to go back through and see, I need to do identity. Yeah. Granting, setting up permission to identity, and then setting up the application to log in as that identity and doing all this secure. I don't want all of that. There's a level of complexity that the Azure application and infrastructure teams are requiring that I don't want. I just want a connection string. Sorry, I can't do that. Why not? So there's a significant amount of rewrite that needs to happen because they removed this, and they're requiring me to level up my security interactions here between the various pieces. So I'm going to need to take like a better part of a day or two and gut and rebuild these so that instead of having this interaction inside of, and there's more than a couple places that I have it. 32 Q triggers okay. Do that find again, but do it on just that. Q trigger still works, but these 28 other places, and actually a bunch of these can go away. Durable function stuff. Durable functions I haven't found success with at all. I'd rather use service bus and pass information around and run a run processes through there. They are discontinuing support for, I think it's 3.1 in December. So it's not that one. It's all the ones here. So 11 in back office and 9 over there. So there are 20 instances. Yeah, that I need to go through and rewrite how it interacts with the queue. Not hard, but tedious, and it's going to take me offline and prevent me from building new things just so I can keep up with the version of how this is migrating. So, yeah, the support ends. It's not LTS, but we're now calling it STS, short-term support. So you can link a function app you set up yourself to a static web app instead of using the one that it comes built in. Yeah, there's no mention of the queues. It just breaks on you. But right, if you and there's no older version of this. So when you upgrade the version of the package, this thing breaks. So you can link up, talk to the dev team. Yeah, right. No, they're not changing it back. You can link a function app you set up yourself with a static web app. Yes. But then I lose then I lose bring your own function. Right. Once linked, you can access that same point, link an existing Azure function app, blah, blah, blah. And I'm responsible for the deployment workflow of it then. So, once again, I need to... I need to take some downtime because I need to break my existing application into two pieces and move what is my functions app and into its own deployment scenario. Get that deployed and running, and then link them back together. When I link them back together, why didn't you take my... There is no configuration here for me to link them back together. So how do I link them back together? Set API in the workflow configuration file. So here's another thing. I need to update to the new workflow configuration file format. They changed the name of it. They changed the location of it. I need to update to that as well. Yeah. In settings, select APIs. Link new backend. Does that mean I get multiple backends? Why are you taking so long? No, there is no link new backend here. I can't even unlink. So, yeah, there is no way back. So, I need to knock this down and rebuild. Even if I do separate it. And if I do separate it into my own function app, I'm responsible then for the cost of running that. I understand cannot unlink a running service. Allow me to go through and say, here's all the changes that I want to make, commit, and allow it to swap, restart, and swap to the other service. That would be nice. That's not available. Yes, I need to do side-by-side deploy with the new version and effectively end up standing up a whole nother version of the site and then reconnecting my front door to it. Yeah. The Azure functions, since I broke my since I moved my my back office service. Thanks so much. I that wasn't what. There we go. Since I moved this into a standalone container. Yeah, see, I got to upgrade it to 4.6 by December 3rd for continued support. Azure Functions 4 is not supported in versions of .NET earlier than .NET 6. So we need to move these things forward. But do I really need Bicep if I'm doing this once? When I upgrade to .NET 8, the versions of things should just roll over. Should just roll over. Unless there's API changes. But... So... the back office stuff I could probably upgrade. Yes, but I'm not setting it up regularly. I'm going to be doing it once a year. I'm not standing up many of these. It's literally I'm a one-person shop. Why invest the time to build and script that when I'm just knocking down and rebuilding it? But that's just it. I don't want to make changes in Azure. I don't want to be tinkering with Azure all the time. I want to be tinkering with my code. Azure should just be there doing its thing. When my code's ready for an update, I shouldn't have to go and rebuild and do all these things. I'm hearing Bicep as, you need to do this because we're changing the way that Azure works all the time, and in order for you to keep up with us, you need a script to be able to do that. For a small organization, micro-size organization, that's not sustainable. That's what I'm struggling with. That's, right? I'm not thinking about this as just me. I'm thinking about this as, what about the person who's working at small organization XYZ that is getting in and getting started, and they're being told, you need to learn and do all of these things and all these different technologies and amass them together if you want to use Azure. That's very intimidating. That's not something that is very welcoming. I need to do rewrites before I can get anywhere. And I can't do .NET 7. So... let's do this. Yeah. Let's go here. Make sure I have everything there. What else do we got? Okay. No, don't do that. I have to merge in my main branch, and this is gonna, yeah. 7 conflicts. Oh, man. Close all those. Back over to here. No. I want to tell Visual Studio Code, never open this interface again. Open file. Thank you. Sure. Where did my mouse go? You're... Okay. Is that the only change? You're not showing me any other changes. Here we go. This is the big change. Oh boy. So I want the 12.12. I don't need the 12.7. Yeah, I probably need Service Bus, that version. FFmpeg Core, give me the 4.8, not the 4.7. And I'll take the 402. Ah, shoot. No, go away. I don't want that. No. I find the merge editor confusing and not clear at all in how we merge and choose what we want to interact with. Refresh schedule. What's the difference in these? I added the identify. No, we removed that. Hang on, which one's which? This is the main branch, which has load video. And we can't... Yeah, so accept incoming. And that's not going to tell me if it's right at all. Save discovered clips has a service bus trigger. I have a feeling this, I'm going to run into the same issue here with service bus binding like that. Yeah, Visual Studio Code's merge editor is... Ugh. I'm going to take the main branch because I know that's what works here. I thought, didn't I just do this one? Where's the merge conflicts? I'm not in that file. Well, I oughta. And this removed that service bus interaction in main. So I'm good with that. Just yank that all together. I'm right-clicking and saying open file, and it's not opening. Wow. Yes, I want net 6. Because it's also going to give me C#10 features. And I really want that. Alright, so this one now. Yeah, here we go. Storage queues. I need to pick and choose on these. I want the 1210. I want the FFmpeg 4.8. HTTP 6, yes. Extensions configuration 601, sure. Do I need logging? Sure. That can go away. That's fine. This. Whew. Why didn't that stage the changes? Thank you. All right. Net 6. Yes, take that. Okay. Sure, go ahead, push all that up. And that should be cleaned up now. Okay. So now I can go through and get that fixed. And get those other fixes in play that aren't going to work. Because that's not the way those libraries work anymore. Yep, go ahead, reload. Sure, stop debugging. So if I look at the yeah. Yeah. V4. And it does I do still have those queues embedded in there. But this builds and works here. It errors out on GitHub. And I don't think I had done the JSON code generation yet. Yep, that's loading and running just fine. Now that's .NET 6 front to back. Yeah. Ooh, what happened there? So, yeah. Cool. I need an error message there. It says no results found. But interesting. It didn't even find me. Really? Really? No. Where search? Display name. Interesting. It only found 18. From index. That's why. 180, that's why. And I'm the last one. What if I did open that up and let it show all the channels? Maybe no, it's not related to the relevant search. No. That's different. When you do a search on text, I'll show you. Search by title. And what was it you searched for? EP 1149. Right. Is it like that? Hang on. What's the syntax of that? Yeah, field, and then the term. What's happening is, because there's a space in the middle of there, it turns it into two distinct terms that it's searching for. So then we get all these things EP, blah, 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 blah. So if we further quantify that on the channel, it'll get closer, but it's still finding... It's not finding the exact text match. So how do I force it to get all of those, right? If I also do and search title, right? So let's break this into the two pieces. Like this. Now I've got it. That's kind of what I was expecting it was doing behind the scenes. This is going to be in clip repository, which it can't find. Tell you what, let's go fix that right now, and we'll wrap it up and call it there. Because there's a lot of stuff to fix over here. Well, wait a sec. Holy crow. That worked. Show me. Zero 042. Yeah, there it is. There it is. This is the problem. API didn't even start. Didn't start, won't start. I am not deploying to production while that's not doing a thing here. Bang. And when I go through and look at it, yeah! It shut it down. Why? Like, I can't even get to the front page anymore. Yeah, look at all these. I'm getting a 503 service unavailable trying to request the content. Because it's a new instance in a deployment slot. It did not update it to .NET 6. So I need to build and deploy to a new application and then reconnect all the things. Doable. Getting that all the way down and built into my GitHub Actions so that it points to the new deployment application with the new publish profile. Gonna take a little bit of time. And then reconnect it into the front door. And the front door, I'm paying $100 a month for the current front door. I should be paying less than 20. I need to get that thing slimmed down in a big way, but there's no migration path. So let me leave that parked for now. But let me just jump over here to main. And what I'll do is, will I now find the... No. And they really know about my search problem here. They've got... The team has has my bug reports. They have my my scenario, and they absolutely see it happening. So, search, where date, where include, where category. Yeah, we've got all that. Search by title. See, it says search, and it just passes in the term. But it does this search options and. That's what I thought it was doing. But it doesn't look like it's actually doing that. Right? Just do RavenDB search, I guess. No. Search options.and. It should be anding together those. Right? Multiple fields? No. Extra weight to channels that are streamers? Well, you're searching clips. They're all streamers. So I put an and on it. Yeah, see, it's search or search. Oh. I see. So for the channel tab and not search results, folks that we have indexed, yes. Sure. I can buy that. I can totally buy that. Run a query. I don't care. I have a last clip added. Yeah, I think that's the only thing. I don't like the liked by right there. I'd rather move that into a privacy record, I think. Actually, can we do that? Doesn't like it. What don't? Can we do that? So it's rebuilding that index. That's fine. It'll take a little bit of time. Yeah, these folks look... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I could apply a little bit of a boost to that. Sure. When you're doing a when you're doing a when do I boost it? I'll figure that out. But here does that also have the transcription? Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, so searching by title, I want to change I want this, and I want to basically put together around the various terms, right? I want to create a function that's going to have all of those searches back to back to back, anded together for these. So let's do this. Terms equals term dot split on empty space. T in terms. Let's hang on, because I need to put the first one on. If terms length equals 1, clips by title equals clips by title dot search. Like that. Else. You know what? Don't do a for each. Oh, this is some... Do you code for your family with those fingers? Dear Lord, that's ugly. No, it's not going to restrict us to exact matches. It's going to restrict to where those terms all exist. Should it fall back to or? Should it fall? Should I run a second query and or them? If I or them, it doesn't come anywhere. I get 103,000 results. No. Fake? What's fake? No, if you put spaces between, I'm ending them. Right? Yeah, 103,000. So, yep, I'm on YouTube for a little bit. Why not? Give it a try. right? And I mean, if you just search for 1149, you get most of the content you're looking for anyway, right? What's wrong with Twitch? Nothing's wrong with Twitch. Trying something different. So let's do this. Var I equals 1. I less than terms, length, right? And I'm just going to do this. Actually, no. I need to put the first one on that. Then I can do this. And it's going to be terms I. Oops. Got rid of that. Cool. That should make it a little bit more accurate. No, the fallback to or doesn't make sense. It's not anywhere near accurate enough. There's more we should do to tune at that point. So I'm going to do the exact same thing for search by description down here. Right? Search by transcription. There we go. Done. So this will at least improve the and story. Right? So I didn't do anything to change the front end. That's heck rebooted anyway. Go to my local instance. Here we are. So now if we do ep 1149, there we go. It says it did the search. Really? You're not going to let me... Still not finding it. Interesting. Like... let's put a break right there. From index where search title and search title. Yeah. Here's where it's doing the search. And it didn't find anything. That's weird. And search. And don't do that. Right? Yeah. 130,000. And search. And that worked. So why isn't it working coming from our app? I'm gonna move the breakpoint up there. So after it gets all the things, we're search and created at and true and not channel name in. What's that last bit that was just added? What is min date? So what's it dropping? I don't understand. Am I going to be on the .NET channel on Monday? I hope to. I hope to. And that's not hitting what I want it to. Why is it? I mean, it's clearly the syntax I want. No, not session. No. What are the parameters? Yeah, there you go. Look at it. Search title EP41 or search title 1149. Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. Here. That shouldn't be term. That should be terms I. Terms 0. Because there's always going to be a 0th item in there. Yeah. Restart the API. Let's give this another shot. What I've been told is that a lot of folks can't watch me on Twitch because their organizations block Twitch. Reload the page. Nothing. Right, and clips by title, if we open that up. Search title ep and or. Why is it and or? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that should be transcription. You're right. Thank you. What am I seeing here? Yeah. No, it's not hitting it either. Let's take a look back up here. Using suffix and postfix wildcards. So when you do search with spaces in it, that does where search like that and. So if I go back up here, that finds it properly. So I did all that work. Where the heck did it go? But still, there it rebuilt. Not results view, non-public. Search, transcription, and it does comma and comma or. Why am I getting that? Like, that feels like a bug. Yeah. That didn't do the same query that I put in. Field selector. Yeah, at operator. Have I been doing this wrong the whole time? Code changes applied successfully. That's the way we want it to look. I don't know what guess is. Still didn't return anything. What the heck? Maybe I need both? No, it should be search operator. And. Get rid of that. Nope. Nope. Now I'm really confused. Excuse me, I got a little phlegm. So why is it not finding it at all? Right, that turns into that. Yeah. Huh. And trying to add the operator. Comes up with nothing. So let's go back down here and take a look at what that query looks like that it's actually getting to. No, not statistics. Non-public members. Search. And there's a dot where on that after it. Wait a sec. This might be right. This could be right. When did this occur? $9:15. It's just 2 days ago. No. Yeah, this is... Search. I don't know what the guess is there. There 1, guess. I don't know what that means. Let's look at that search syntax again. Come on. Okay, it's boost. Search options guess. Search operator. So what's the... Alright, so if it's 1... That's operator it's already into. Attempt to match up semantics between terms in the next manner. If there are consecutive matches, they will be ORed together. Otherwise, the and semantic will be used. Let's try OR. I mean, right? No. That didn't find it at all. No. Try something else. If I make it and, it really doesn't work. 83,000 pages. Not results, pages. That doesn't work. And if I went to guess... Yeah, that doesn't work either. Okay. What else could this be? So that's searching on two different fields. Between different terms of the same search. Right, we want them ANDed. Which is typically what folks want when you type something space something else, right? They want it ANDed together. Maybe try commenting out the date filter. Sure, we can. Right? I mean, heck, I could say, let's get rid of this for now. Right? And let's just comment all the way down to here. Just for right now, to say, yeah, I know. Sure, we'll move some. Okay. So that rebuilt successfully. That found it. So let's start adding in some of these. Start with category. Found it. Exclude channels. There it is right there. Put a break on you right there. Give me a... Because I didn't 12 channels excluded? That's why it didn't work. That's why it didn't work. I have Kit muted. That didn't even hit here. Restart that. Big error. Field relevant is not indexed. What? Hit that again. That's Got it. Got it. So it was searching properly. I just forgot that I had muted him. I think that's right now. And I'll push that update out. Now properly... now logically and terms in the search for title and transcription. That should end up delivering much better results across the board. So it wasn't working on purpose. Okay. What does the option do? Right, it was logical operator to use in relation to the previous filtering. So how it's going to glue them all together. And what it's going to do is it's going to guess. Which will end up being anded together. So that's rebuilding. That should be available in about 5 minutes. We're about an hour longer than I wanted to go. But we got into the things that I was concerned about, the things that I wanted to look at, and we're coming back into the same concern that I had to start with, that I'm going to end up having to rebuild a good chunk of ClipTalk to get it to update to use the new APIs. I'm going to have to rebuild, redeploy to get it to use the new versions of those APIs out on Azure. And I understand I could write a bicep script that'll do the deploy and all that. If I write a bicep script, I'm not in my GitHub Actions. And how do these pieces all fit together? Literally, the last thing I want to do is completely rewrite my continuous integration scheme because I'm upgrading a version of .NET. That's frustrating. That's paper cuts that I don't want. But I'm going to have to do anyway because that's the way it's built. So, all right. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you tuning in. We don't really have a raid over here on YouTube, but we're going to call it there. And I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow over on Twitch. We'll be writing some code and having some fun then. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Take care.